way we play is pretty exciting to me. I feel like we have guys who not only play hard, but they're trying to do the right thing. We make a lot of mistakes, and I think most teams do, but what I'm seeing from our team is passion and a level of emotion that you can't conjure up, you can't fake it. And when guys make mistakes, they feel that they take it to heart, and it's something that I think we can build on.
You used the word grit following Monday night's game. I like that word.
Yeah, that's what we're going to have to, like we didn't have Gordon tonight, so that's 20 plus points we don't have. So we got to figure out a way, you got to grind and grit your teeth. It's not always going to be pretty, but I think with the experience that we have on the bench and guys in our starting lineup, they've been in tough games before. Sometimes the plays not draw up and the commands we try to give the guys don't work out. You just got to grit your teeth and make the best of it.
Jared Jack makes this season debut tonight. Such evaluate his performance.
Well, I thought he gave us a calming effect as far as leading our team. Rondo's one of the best point guards in the NBA, and that didn't rattle Jack at all. I thought Jack attacked him tonight. There were a few times where Rondo went at Jack, and they just battled all that. I thought it was a good matchup. Jack is a point guard who can score. He also can distribute, and he's been in our system, so he kind of knows what we want. And I know he was excited to get back on the floor after missing one game. And he's our leader. We're going to need him to play like that all year.
Coach, at one point, I want to say late third perhaps, Boston pulls to within 9, striking distance for sure. What did you do then to kind of finish this off?
We just talked about turnovers. We didn't want to give them anything. Outside of that, obviously we want to make shots, but it was about defense for us. If we could get a few stops, it would make our offense a ton easier. They went to the zone, and I thought we executed our zone plan well. It was a blessing for us. I was planning on Phoenix going to zone, so we've been practicing zone for about a week, and they went to their zone, and guys knew exactly where they needed to be, and yet I still felt like when we were up by 15, they were still in striking distance because of last night. They're just that kind of team. Ray Allen can get going, Garnett can get going. But I thought our guys were calm in that situation. They didn't get rattled, and I was probably more nervous than them.
Coach, real quick, lastly, we really touched upon it in the pregame about Eric Gordon and a bruised knee. Do we know anything more now here later in the evening about perhaps what his prognosis is?
No, as of now, I don't. I mean, I haven't even talked to the doctors about his situation. It's going to be a day-to-day thing. Obviously, we want to get him back on the floor as fast as we can, but we want to make sure he's right. And I'm pretty sure he's excited. He probably wanted to, I know he wanted to be up there tonight with the crowd, where the guys were playing. I think our fans are going to love the way he plays.
Well, 2-0 home openers. Congratulations, and always thanks for the visit, Coach.
Thank you, bro.
Head Coach Monty Williams, feedback to you.
Yep.
Questions, Coach? You hallmark last year was defense. This year, 2 teams under 40% shooting. Could you have expected that, just the little time you've had with this team kind of molded to get that kind of defense early?
I mean, we expected, but to be able to go out and execute a game plan is the players should get that credit. We demand defense, but you have to have guys who can implement the plan that you put on the floor from day one. We brought enough guys back to do that. That was one of my worries with all the trades and having new guys, where we're going to have guys who understood our defensive plan. And this is something that I think we can build upon, because I think when you have 3 or 4 guys on the floor that know your plan, the guys sitting on the bench, they pick it up easier. Sometimes your players are the best coaches. And coaches can speak in languages that only other coaches can understand, but a player can walk over to a guy and say, this is what he's trying to say, this is what we want. And I just want to keep it going. This is something we can build upon.
Obviously, you don't want Eric to be out, but how much of a luxury is it to have to be able to start 5 guys who were here last year and know exactly what you want?
Yeah, it is a luxury. And I think anytime you have a guy like Marco who can play the point guard in one game, come back the next game, play starting point 2 guard, and not skip a beat. And what people don't know, I never said a word to Marco about either position. He just knows where he's supposed to go, against Phoenix. I just said, look, be ready to play point guard. That's it. Never talked to him about how to play the game. And tonight, he knew when Eric went down, he was going to be the starter. He started for us all last year. And having other guys on the floor with him that were in our system last year certainly helps.
You talk about the way Landry played tonight?
Yeah, I thought Carl early in the game, he was forcing the issue. He was trying to play against a loaded defense. Against Boston, you can't do that because they're great helping. And then as the game got a little gritty, we were out there bumping a little bit, guys were talking, he got a bit agitated, and he started getting some easy buckets around the basket. I thought that dunk got him started a little bit, and then he hit a jump shot, and so I knew he was feeling himself. But Carl is a guy who can score in a number of ways, but when he forces the issue, he gets himself in trouble. And I understand that as a competitor, and I think he's just going to get more and more comfortable as the season goes on. And people forget that all of these guys were playing pickup basketball a month ago. It's not like we've had a month of training camp. So guys got to figure out NBA defenses are a bit more tougher than pickup ball defenses. So you're not going to be able to play 1-on-2, 1-on-3 like you could in summertime.
Talk about the production you got in 5 spot tonight. I mean, obviously Chris on the back again.
Yeah. Well, we feel like we can play them together on certain nights because Chris, looking at his past, he's been able to hedge pick and rolls. We don't want Mech to hedge pick and rolls. We want to keep him close to the basket. And because Chris can shoot the ball, you know, they can play inside, outside. If we can get that kind of production from those two on a consistent basis, you know, that position is covered. The problem occurs when I can't get those guys the amount of time that they want, but that's a good problem to have. Last year we didn't have that. You know, I was playing Mech 35, 38 minutes a night to start the season. You know, if we can play those guys around 27 to 30 minutes apiece, maybe we can be a decent team this year because we have some coverage in that position.